That flag does not stand for any president. Whether you like him, you don't like him, doesn't make a damn. For many of you, what you got right there is just a piece of cloth with a bunch of colors on it. That's all it means to a lot of y'all. But what you don't understand is, and I'm not military, but that flag right there has a lot of meaning to many of us. That red, to many of us, that's the blood that soldiers have spilled on the battlegrounds, protecting this country, protecting our freedom. Those stripes of white, that's the innocence lost by those soldiers fighting for a war fought between governments. A war that they had no place being in, but they went and fought anyway. That big square of blue, that stands for the loyalty that those soldiers had to that government, to the people of their country. And those 50 stars up there, to many people, that's lights shining down on their homes of soldiers that are no longer going home. This right here, to me, I didn't take music in class, so I don't understand any of it. But when you unfold this right here, it makes a little bit more sense. The same soldiers that died for that flag and have painted that flag over and over again throughout the years, they marched to this song right here. Now this is our national anthem. Played at every ball game, and I wrote down cliff notes. It was written in 1814 by Francis Scott Keys, recognized by the U.S. Navy in 1889 as their song, by President Woodrow Wilson in 1916, and finally Congress on March 3rd, 1931 signed the Star-Spangled Banner as the national anthem of our country. Now, I wrote those facts down so I didn't mess them up. That way people didn't start complaining and crying and getting lost on the point that that flag does not stand for any one government. That flag does not stand for any president. Whether you like him, you don't like him, doesn't make a damn. By taking and kneeling during the national anthem and the presenting of the colors of that flag, you're not disrespecting him. You're not disrespecting a corrupt government. You're disrespecting those men, those women that died for those freedoms for you to be able to take a knee. Now, you say you're taking a knee for oppression. Well, I don't buy that. People of every color, every race, every religion have died for that flag. Now when it started out, Kaepernick or whatever his name was, he was taking a knee because the black's being shot by the police. That's fine if he wants to protest that. Facts come out against it, showing that just as many white people, just as many Mexicans, just as many Asians were being shot and killed by the police as well. So then it moved to the oppression. Take a knee for oppression. Well, that's not gonna work either. Because like I said, black, white, Asians, they've all fought for that flag and died for that flag. Now it's moved because of anti-Trump and because they're wanting to not their president. Well, that flag and every flag like it, as I said, does not stand for a government. It stands for the people that have fought for that flag. It stands for the people that are still fighting for that flag. And if you see it any other way, then I'm sorry, you don't see it like I do. You don't see it like those soldiers over in Iraq, 120-degree temperatures plus, watching to make sure their brothers and sisters can walk down the streets safely without taking an RPG. You don't see it the same way that those guys back in Vietnam trampling through the jungles. You don't see it the same way they do. Those brave men storming the beaches of Normandy, getting cut down by machine guns, blown up by mortars. You don't see that flag the same way they do. That veteran sitting down there in the stands watching you play, standing for that national anthem on 2 prosthetics, wishing he could do it all over again and do the same thing so you could kneel on that field. You don't see that flag the same way he does. Now, because you don't see that flag the same way he does, and because that song does not send chills up your spine every time you hear it, that's disrespectful. To take a knee and disrespect him like that, you might as well be spitting in his eye. The problem is, even with you disrespecting them like that, they would do it all over again. They would do it all over again to give you that freedom. Now, I'm not going to sit here and ask you to subscribe on this video. I'm not going to ask you to give a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. Some of you may share it, but I'm not going to ask you to share it either. What I'm going to ask you to do is stand up. Show those men and women that you do respect them, regardless of who the president is, regardless of who your congressman is, or what government you have. Show those men and women the respect. Stand up. Shut your mouth. That time is not for you to be heard. You want to take a knee? Take a knee afterwards. Pray for those men and women. after you show them respect. You say you're doing it for solidarity. Well, if you showed more solidarity on the field, maybe you wouldn't be losing so bad. Show respect. There's a time and a place for everything else, but when they're presenting those colors, those 3 to 10 minutes that they're doing so, show up, shut your mouth, and show respect.